Я посмотрел.
I looked through. Decrease of fiscal load it's only fourth place. Yes. Yeah, we are talking about decreasing of fiscal tax. First of all, it's administration load, decreasing of key rate, but I'm sure that together with the colleagues you talked about it, and we are going to talk about it. Alexander Nikolaevich, in his speech, pointed at the topics which you have discussed. In my speech, I'm going to draw your attention, in this or that format with a lot of representatives here. We meet on a regular basis, and this is all the time in the agenda. There are questions which require more attention. My colleagues will talk about it today. The format of meetings with RSPP and other business communities will be supported. We consider business and entrepreneurial communities are natural partners of power of off level to build competitive economy of a well-being country. RSPP turned 25 years this year. Business and society have gone through a very difficult period of market relationship building. They appeared trust to entrepreneurship, their labor, and values of economic freedom, market freedom. There are good figures from the point of view attitude of the society to to business, and the dynamic is very positive. Russian business has become more responsible and mature. There are more Russian companies who are working on a transparent basis, or they are responsible before state, and they are paying taxes. Entrepreneurship and the revenue managed to build a very good interaction based on trust and cooperation. They proved a risk-oriented approach. They use information technologies in their work, and to work in white, as we say in Russian, and reputation of a law-obeyed entrepreneurship is becoming a standard. Business has become a very good partner of the state to train professionals. We have been talking about it a lot. Our companies create their own education centers, to invest to modernization of colleges, and they've been working a lot in higher institutions. They also held special competitions, not only on the national level, but inside the companies. Such contests allow us to evaluate the level of qualification and to orient on modern standards. I would ask to more actively to get to prepare our team World Skills, which will take place in Kazan in 2019. And I will add that we are continued developing professional standards. With your participation, we form a system of independent system of evaluation of skills. By the way, they are discussing it in government session today. The Russian business is working on economic agenda and improving business climate. We are working on this together. RSPP suggests marks to the legislation to improve the jurisdiction. RSPP and the government, as a result of their work, they have accepted several laws on jurisdiction and court. Business community should participate more actively in this sphere. What is more, work inside international organizations and promotion of Russian interests in B20. In this year, B20 will be in St. Petersburg Economic Forum. We are going to held it together with Chinese partners who are in the chair this year. During the meeting with Alexander Shokin, we agreed to form workforce task force. Alexander Nikolaevich remembered about it about today. Yesterday you saw it in mass media together with business communities. We had the first meeting. The issues which we were discussing are well known. This is widening of economic breaking the law. Second is increasing of limit. This issue has been raised by your colleagues in one of our meetings. If I'm not mistaken, that was Russia support. The third is a widening of allowing to lawyer to the one who is under arrest. But the representative of the procurator said that it should be talk about not only entrepreneurs but all the people from that point of view. The fourth is and returning the subjects which are not recognized to the case. Then differentiation of depending on who did breaking of the law. It would be optimal that deputies of the State Duma introduced certain marks to the legislation before the end of the spring session. But the colleagues were assigned to develop these issues together with the deputy corpus. One more time, the objective to create a comfort environment for all good entrepreneurs and defend rights, property rights, and make the law unfair to all who do well in business. It should define our fiscal policy and tax policy upon the whole. We introduced a mandatory until 2018. It's obvious that entrepreneurs should have a long-term horizon for planning their actions and additional means for development. If the Minister of Finance thinks that we can talk about decreasing of fiscal tax, then the government should determine which should be taken away from what the government should do. So what can we reduce their pensions, payments, expenses on safety, military safety? What can we do? We understand that problems are not solved very easily, but we have to think about it. I think I want you to hear the following thought. In spite of the budget limits, they are all the time in the period of low oil prices and low prices. It's inevitable. But I want you to know that we keep thinking about how to decrease fiscal load. This is true. To achieve this solution, it's hard, but we keep talking about it and discussing it. You know that in the President to the Federal meeting, there was an assignment on administrative reform to propose double functions of certain bodies. Alexander Nikolaevich gave a speech, and he talked about this problem in his speech. It hasn't been solved. If you have any wishes and thoughts, we would be very thankful to you. RSPP participated in custom codes of Eurasia Union. I would like to hear which problems and issues you you faced, Russian companies faced. Thank you very much for your attention.